Here we go. We're starting. We're on. We're here. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Bruce here, traveling with Bruce. How are you today? Welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, July 17th. Oh, yes, 2018, in case you're wondering what year it was. How you guys doing? How's it going? Hot one today. I'm sure where you are. Hot one here. And isn't it supposed to be? It is July. We're supposed to be hot. We're over 90 here in Creston, sunny, not much in the way of a wind, warm, hot. That's what it's all about. I'm sure it's the same for you guys. Hope you're doing okay out there, staying cool, hydrated, and everything else that you have to be to stay on top of this whole thing. My goodness, there are people out there who every year get you know, they just pay the ultimate price because of the weather. It's incredible, but you just got to know what you're doing. I've been around these for a few decades, so you kind of know how to handle the heat. I'm glad you're here. The cruise business, a couple things going on to talk about today, and I wanted to say a special shout out today with Cruising with Wheels. I wanted to mention those guys. I happened to see. Well, I got a comment yesterday from some of you who were watching my show yesterday. You were talking to me about the video they had made regarding their little incident in the Haven on the Bliss, and I watched that show this morning, and the follow-up live telecast that they had I think the day after, and they were talking a little bit more about it. Unbelievable. It reminded me of the Soup Nazi on Seinfeld. I thought, oh man, you ran into someone like a Soup Nazi situation. What do you do? And I thought, you know, I'm going to mention that to my viewers today and just see, have you ever run into anything like that before? Ever on a cruise ship? I talked to Jen about it this morning. We were comparing notes and we're trying to remember, was there ever a time we ever had anything like that? And no, you know, I remember I have fond memories of you know, people in power, let's say the higher ups on cruise ships, and they're nothing but professional. Generally speaking, there's a reason they get these jobs. They're the best of the best. This is the face that the cruise line wants to put forward to the public, to the paying public. So these are veterans. They're lifers. They love their jobs. They love the company. They've been well looked after. It's been a wonderful symbiotic relationship, usually speaking. Generally, the hotel managers and the cruise directors and the entertainment directors, these are people who've worked hard to get to where they've gone to and gotten to, and they didn't do it on their own. They were mentored early on, then they you know, learned and paid their dues and worked their way up, and eventually got recognized for their outstanding abilities and service. And one of those abilities is the handling of people, called people management, and how you look after your guests and your passengers is a big part of how whether you move up to that level or not. And boy, when I heard this story from our friends here at Cruising with Wheels, talking about this this guy in the Haven, the head concierge of the Haven on the Bliss, I couldn't believe it. Silo Steve, I hope you're here today. I hope you're going to be coming by today. You were there. I'm just shocked at what you witnessed on the elevator. I think on the freight elevator. Those of you who don't know, I'll make this as quick as possible. My friends at Cruising with Wheels, one is in a wheelchair, and they do a lot of videos, a lot of YouTube work regarding how comfortable and how easy it is to navigate yourself on a cruise ship when you're handicapped, when you're not, you know, like us, like able to walk anywhere you want to go. And they had and have had a number of cruises where they have set up in advance through the PR directors of the cruise lines. You know, these PR directors know they're going to be on the ship. They're going to be on this particular ship at this particular date, and they know their room number, they know the reservation number, they know everything. And these two gentlemen have earned a lot of brownie points with a number of cruise lines, including Norwegian. And they are, I believe, platinum status, as high as you can get on Norwegian. And even though they did not book a Haven suite, And why, you might wonder, why don't they book a Haven suite? Because they're not able to handle someone in a wheelchair. The suites in the Haven are not designed for those with disabilities, and so they were in a regular balcony, and we're quite happy to be doing that. I'm not even sure they were in a balcony. It might have been in an inside room. I'm not 100% sure what they had, but they were quite happy with their accommodations. And the cruise director that they've talked to time and time again, they had them sent all kinds of goodies. When they got to their room, their cabin, they had all the Haven soaps and all the Haven goodie bags and all that. Yeah, it was all wonderful. They wanted them to be felt very welcome indeed, and they have no complaints with Norwegian, none. But I guess when they checked in, they were escorted onto the ship. They had one gentleman pushing them in a wheelchair. On they went, and they came up to the Haven. They were going to have lunch in the Haven restaurant up in the Haven level, and I guess that's where they ran into the soup Nazi, the Haven Nazi, and they were shocked, and I was shocked as I'm listening to the story. I just couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I'm sure a lot of you who've heard the story couldn't believe it either. They were denied entry by this guy because he's looking at his clipboard going, I don't see your name here. I don't see your room number here. Get out. Riffraff. The fact that you're escorted right to the Haven by Haven staff. Hello, you're brought right here by Haven check-in staff from the Haven check-in area in the terminal. How they got in there, the guy, he didn't care. That didn't matter to him. The fact that the room staff, the people who were helping him had name tags, the Haven with the Haven on it. Yeah, he didn't care. Get out of here. You're riffraff. I don't want no one. I don't want anything about you. Oh my God. I'm thinking to myself, that PR director, when she found this out, she had to hit the roof. If it's one job, clearly for the cruise promotion people, is if you've got media on board, and these two guys are media, you take care of them. It's not like they get privileges above and beyond, like, they get anything they want, but you treat them with respect, and you accommodate them. And this has been organized by head office. I don't understand the disconnect. How does this guy on board this ship not know the story about the two of these guys coming on board? What? It's just shocking to me. So anyway, that went on, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I saw the additional information that was coming out from a number of people. Folks yesterday were telling me about this on my show, so I watched the video for myself. But the story just went on and on and on. This guy, this wasn't like a one-trick pony. I'm a moron once. Oh no! He was a moron every time they ran into him, including. They couldn't believe it, but when they were disembarking from the ship, when they were leaving the ship, they had express priority, VIP checkout, everything all arranged. Again, pre-arranged, pre-taken care of, no problemo. It's been done before. It's being done this time. And they're being escorted down. They've got staff with them, escorting them to get them off the ship, nice and early, quick and everything. And they ran into him again right at the end of the deal. He was right at the door, right where you were about to walk off. There he was one last time, and they ran into him. They had to run in with him again. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe this guy. What's this guy's deal? Who does he think he is? Who does he think they are? What right does he have to treat passengers like this? This has nothing to do with the Haven. This wasn't in the Haven. This is checking out of the ship, leaving the ship for the end of the cruise. And this guy's giving these people a really hard time. I couldn't believe it. Unreal. Anyway, made a hell of a story, and I commend the two of them for keeping their, at least I think they kept their composure. I don't know. And they've written a letter to the company, the president of the company. Haven't heard anything back, but they're not letting this thing go. And I say, don't you dare let that topic go. You keep that topic going, and you make them aware of what the hell is going on. The personnel, the top end personnel, have got to know they got a problem on their hands. They got a serious problem on the Bliss. And I'm led to believe by what they were saying. They had talked to other passengers who had similar complaints. And I'm just going, how's this guy have a job? How does this guy survive? I don't get it. I don't know how he has a gig. It's just unbelievable to me. In any event, what can I say? But I'm curious. Have you ever, any of you out there, ever run into anything like this? Have any of you ever been mistreated by a staff member on a cruise ship ever, for whatever? Did you ever get an apology? Were you in the wrong? Were you in the right? I've been racking my brain going over cruises I've went on, and I know there was never an incident I ran with anything like this. Never. But I do recall it was about, I don't think it was my last cruise. Jen and I were talking about this morning, and we thought for a while it was our last cruise, but I'm thinking a little bit further down the road. I think it's our third last cruise. We've done 2 Princess cruises, both out of Los Angeles to Mexico and back. And the first time was Super Bowl weekend back in about 13 or 14, something like that, 2015, something like that. In any event, we did the tour of the ship, and which we always love to do, and we did a tour of the spa area. I wanted to see the spa. I had never been on the Princess cruise ship before. I'd done all my research on YouTube about this particular ship, but I wanted to see the spa in person. I wanted to find out what the facilities were going to be like for yours truly, because as you know, I'm a big believer in using the spa on a cruise ship. Anyway, got the tour, and we found out that that for no extra charge, with your room key, you can come into the spa area of the Princess Cruise Line spa area here, and you had access into the change room area. You would have access to a steam room, a sauna, the showers, whatever you needed, and that was good enough for me. I didn't actually have to pay extra to utilize those services. But if you wanted to have the upper end spot area, the little more of a private area, they had a sort of an aromatherapy steam room. They had the heated lounger area, but I didn't find that all appealing. It was all tucked inside. It wasn't didn't have any kind of views of the outside. It was kind of tight, looked small to me. And you actually had to take a flight of stairs in your flip-flops and your morning coat to kind of get from there to there. And I thought, this is kind of inconvenient. And I just didn't see the need to spend extra on this feature. But another feature they had, what I noticed was when you were upstairs on the upper level of the spa area, you came out, and just next to it was an area of the ship at the front that had these looks like sails, like from a sailboat, but laying horizontally or over your head, acting as shade for your, so you wouldn't be exposed to pure sunshine. And they had these wonderful loungers out there, and I went up there and wondered what that was all about. And I found out that it was a private area for the guests who were in the higher end suites, and the general cruising public, which is me. Jen and I had a balcony, but we were not qualified to go here. We had to kind of hang out with the masses on pool deck if that's what we wanted to do, or other areas of the ship. Some were noisier, some were busier, some were quieter. In any event, we wanted to take a peek, and we ran into a young fellow who was sort of the gatekeeper. And he could have been the soup Nazi. He could have been the cruise Nazi, but he wasn't. He was an absolute charming young man. And we mentioned that it's our first day, never been on a Princess cruise before. And we're just curious what this looked like. He said, "Well, come on in, take a look around. Come on in." Yeah, no problem. Because the beginning of the cruise, there's nobody there. There's like 15 people in the whole area. Take a look. So he explained to us what was going on. So we saw these beautiful double-sized chase loungers here, and a beautiful lounge over here. I could just imagine, oh, Jen would love this. She'd bring her book up here and read her book in there all the time. It's beautiful. And they had a like a bar area over here, and they had a beverage area over there, and little snacks. I thought, this is kind of nice, but I can understand that it is a private area for those who are paying El Primo money. And he was treated us wonderfully. He left us alone. He said, "Oh, you walk around all you want, check it out, no problem." We spent 5-10 minutes there maybe, and we thanked him on the way back. And as we went out and went back to the commoners area, and he was charming, wonderful. And I can tell you that whenever I've met a maitre d' for either a private like a specialty restaurant, or I've met a maitre d' for a main dining room, These people are more than accommodating. They're wonderful. If you ever go to the main dining room on your first day of a cruise, like when embarkation day, and you're checking out the cruise ship, and you want to go to the main dining room to perhaps set up your dinner reservations for your cruise because you hadn't done it prior to the cruise online. These people are charming. They're wonderful. Their job is to make you happy and accommodate you the best way they can. And if you ask the impossible, they will politely tell you you're kind of asking me the impossible. But if you're accommodating with them, they'll be accommodating with you. And a buddy of mine who took me on my first ever cruise when he and his wife convinced Jen and I to go on our first ever cruise back in '08 on the good old Oosterdam, the Holland America Oosterdam. We went right to the main dining room, and he went to the maitre d', and they were looking over the seating plans together because he knew what he was doing. I had no idea what's going on. And he said to me, Bruce, come on, because it was just the guys. It was just myself and my buddy. And he said, Bruce, come with me. We're going in to take a look at our table. I'm going, we're going in to take a look at our table. It's 3 PM on embarkation day. Yeah, come on. So we walked in, and the maitre d' showed us a couple of tables that we could have. Which one would you like every night? And we finally picked the one we really liked. It was kind of in the middle of the restaurant. You could see the whole area, and it was a little higher. And it was they couldn't have been more charming and more helpful and more polite and more professional. And you just felt welcome every night you came in there. And of course, in our case, it was fantastic because every night we got the same table, of course, at the same time, and our waiter was waiting for us. We had 1 waiter and 2 assistants. I can't remember how this was. The service was above and beyond, over the top, and the maitre d' was always welcoming, and it was just great. These are the people in charge of various departments, and they're just first rate, and that's why they have these gigs. So then, when I heard this story from Cruising with Wales about the Haven Nazi, I could not believe it. I don't understand how this guy ever got the job. You can't tell me this is the first time he ever blew up with somebody. This has to be a pattern, but boy, all cruise long, they were telling me stories about this guy. Unbelievable. Anyway, I'm curious to see who's here and if anyone has had any issues on this as well. If you've never been to this channel before, I'm Bruce for Traveling with Bruce. I love talking about cruises, cruise ships, as you probably figured out already, and compare notes with you guys. And if any of you are new cruisers, you have any questions about going on a cruise, let me know. If there's anything I can help you with, I'll do my best to give you any information I can. And I'm a full-time YouTuber with this channel. Been going now 11 months, and we have 2,374 subscribers, growing the channel every day. We have merchandise for Traveling with Bruce. If you have an interest in getting in like that, it helps me stay on the air. And I have people who are helping me by buying merchandise right now on Amazon through Prime Day, because that's on till tonight. People are picking up merchandise on Amazon.com through my link. I have an affiliate link down below in the description. If you go on there, I get a commission or a finder fee on anything you buy at Amazon, and I thank all of you who've been doing that. And of course, I always thank you. I mentioned there are folks who are donating directly to this YouTuber to keep him alive. There is a donation button on my homepage through PayPal. Folks have been sending donations there, and I thank all of you very much for your kind generosity to keep this guy going. Thank you very much. Of course, YouTube does pay me commercial money. I do have commercials on my videos from time to time. That only started about 3 or so weeks ago after a 120-day shutdown from February when YouTube decided to change all the rules. But I'm back, and I'm remonetized. And about $3 or $4 a day comes in from YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, and thank you, viewers, for tolerating the commercials. I appreciate it. So I'm trying to cobblestone a living here, but let's talk to who's here and what's going on. Peter Heckema signed in at 3:53, an hour and 7 minutes before airtime, saying, "Hi, Bruce, 93 degrees and humid in Tarpon Springs today in Florida." He's telling me that MSC is running ads again on the Tampa TV stations. He's telling me $509 for a 1-week Caribbean cruise, including free drinks. Not sure if it's a balcony or not. Peter, I believe it is a balcony. I believe this is the MSC Seaside. It's another promotion, and the latest version of it now. I've been led to believe $75 cabin credit per person, not per cabin, per person. So that if there's 2 of you, you get $150. Free Wi-Fi and free drink package for cheap. Now this 509 deal, maybe that's a drink only package. I had heard $599 or $600 got you a balcony, $75, free Wi-Fi, drink package. That means the cruise is $310. The rest of it is perks. They want bodies on that ship, and we're not talking about July cruises. No, no, no. We're talking this October, November, December, through into winter. They're really discounting the MSC Seaside balcony rates. So not all is well there. There's still probably a zillion cancellations, or people backed off when they heard the bad news back early in January, February, March about issues with food, the entertainment, other issues. I've heard good things from people who've been on the ship, some twice, saying it's great, it's absolutely great, there's no problem, this is a bargain of bargains. So those of you who are a little adventurous, book MSC Seaside and get yourselves a killer deal. Get a balcony, get all these perks, and enjoy. The higher up you are, the safer you are from some issues, one of which is a bit of an odor that was detected on lower decks. But apparently they say those are no longer a problem. Anyway, there you go. I don't want to be too critical because people always accuse me, you're always so negative about the Seaside. I'm just telling you what I know. Peter Heckema continued. My wife received a notice for one of her travel blogs today about the bed bugs on cruise ships. Apparently, these bugs were discovered on the NCL Dawn Wee. And then continued. They are suggesting people check the mattresses and bed frames as well as corners of the cabin, as that is where they have been found. They also say to keep luggage away from beds. Bed bugs. This is an issue that is not just a hotel issue, a cruise ship issue. It's a human being issue. I have had friends of mine who've mentioned that they found them in their house. Bed bugs are not just exclusive to a holiday location. You have to be vigilant, and you have to be on top of something like that. One trick I've heard, Canadians will employ this. You come back from a Caribbean holiday, a holiday in the wintertime, with your luggage. You have a home with a garage. You leave your luggage in the garage. You take the liquids out, like anything that can freeze, you take that out. But all the clothing, everything else, you leave in the suitcase and you leave it in your garage where it's below freezing, really cold, and you let the bags sit there for 2 days. And they're ice cold, and it freezes anything to death. So if you brought back any exotic little microscopic sized creatures, they're not doing too well in the luggage, because it's 20 degrees in the garage, and in the daytime it might be freezing, and in the evening it's really cold. By the time you take the luggage in a couple days later, nothing survived. And a lot of folks that I know and people I've talked to in the past and people I've seen give out tips about what to do about this, when you get home from a cruise or a holiday, all-inclusive 1 week, whatever, you're in the Cayman Islands, you're in the Bahamas and Bermuda, I don't care where you are. The first thing you do is when you unpack your luggage, everything goes in the laundry. Right now, everything's going in the washer, and you're doing loads of wash right out of the luggage, right into the washer dryer, and then back into your clothing cycle. That's another way to sort of combat it, if at all possible. But yeah, I know the cruise lines, they don't like bed bugs either. They don't need this. They're on it. They have staff on board to deal with it. So if you've got a cabin where you think you have an issue, you just haul in your steward, and they'll get on that walkie-talkie of theirs, and they'll get managers in there right away. They will look after it. They do not need this. Robert Brandt, bed bugs, yuck. Hi, Robert. Robert, hi, Bruce and everyone. 86 in St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands. The Carnival Magic's in port right now. 3,690 people on board in St. Thomas today. Robert, welcome back to my show. As always, Richard C. Thunderstorms moving through, and the temperatures are going down. Only a few hours remaining on Prime Day. I hate bed bugs. A lot of bugs get spread in airline luggage when people use soft-sided luggage. Thanks, P, for that message. Yeah, bed bugs is something you have to address. Peter Heckema, Richard C. They say to watch when you repack your luggage and make sure you don't bring any of these bugs home with you. Well, yeah, when you pull your luggage out, whether you're on a cruise or in a hotel or wherever you're at, before you load your stuff in there, make sure your suitcases are completely clear and empty. Shake them out, then take a look in there. Be thorough. But if there's nothing in there, you should be okay. But with clothing, you don't know. Is a T-shirt that you wore got a bed bug in there? I doubt it, but do the best you can. But like I say, when you get home, into the laundry this stuff goes, and let the bed bug, if there is one in there, let them deal with some Tide, and then maybe some Downy fabric softener, and put them in the dryer, let them tumble around a little bit. I doubt there's much left to worry about, but hey, got to be vigilant. Richard C., I agree, Peter. You have to really be careful. Use hard-sided luggage, he's saying. Wes Morrison, hello, 93 in New Braunfels, Texas. Wes, welcome back, buddy. Hang in there. At least it's not 100, but it's up there. Seakeeper is here. Hi, Bruce, Peter, Robert, Richard. 93 here, sunny and muggy right now. We could get a storm tonight. Bed bugs are epidemic in the hospitality industry. Thumbs up. They are. It is nothing new. It's just something we don't like. We don't want to talk about. It's kind of like, ew. I hear you. Robert Brandt is saying, hi, Seakeeper. Seakeeper, anybody shop on Amazon today? I think their website crashed repeatedly yesterday, but the dogs were cute. I heard that too. I heard there was all kinds of crashing going on. I couldn't even read my reports this morning. It said I had like 2 or 3 sales for like $100. There was nothing there on my site, which tells me that I think more than that was picked up on my affiliate link that's down below here by my viewers, because my viewers were telling me on my show yesterday, I got some stuff. Look for it. So I think they're kind of overwhelmed with the whole thing. It's out of my hands. I can't tell Amazon, hey, I know exactly at 3:23 p.m. somebody bought this for $454. Where's my commission? I can't do that. And I kind of leave it, and I'll leave it for several days, and let's see where it all falls out. I'm sure they'll figure it out. They've got their pros, their software pros on it, and we'll cross our fingers and we'll see what happens there. Hopefully I've got some finder's fees coming our way from Prime Day. And we'll see what happens. Robert Brandt, I did earlier in the day. Seakeeper, he's saying he shot Tom Henry. Hi, Bruce and all. 92 in Richmond with a thunderstorm. Hey, Thomas, how are you, Tom Henry? Welcome back, buddy. Paul Wilkes is here. Hi, Bruce and all. 78 raining here in Virginia. Welcome, Paul. Juan Garest. Hey, Bruce, from Santa Clarita, California. 98 degrees. Juan, I do not recognize that name. Juan, I'm going to blow this. It's G-U-A-R, so it's Gueresti. Juan Gueresti. JG, I'm calling you JG because I can do that. Welcome to the channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome aboard. I'm glad you're here. JG, it's great. I'm glad you're here. This is fantastic. Any questions, you let me know. Richard C, no, never had to deal with soup Nazi. There you go. I love how George Costanza, ordered a soup and he would just shuffle over to the side, ask for bread. Seinfeld, love that episode. Tom Henry, I heard Paul Wilgus mentioned on Cruising with Wills. Watch Sunday's live stream after Bruce yesterday. Yeah, Paul was on there. That's right, Tom Henry. I am a celeb. He's laughing his ass off. He said. Debbie Manuel, hi Debbie, hi Bruce, and all 104 forecast today in Northern California. Just yuck again. Chico, California. Deb, stay indoors, stay cool, and stay hydrated. Don't be dehydrated. And welcome back to my channel. As always, I'm so glad you're here. I take it you didn't run into this guy on the Bliss. You were just on the Bliss last week and a half ago. You didn't run into this guy, I don't think so. And no one else like that, I'm sure. Debbie, I'm certain. Let me know. Seakeeper, I never encountered anyone like that Haven creature. How does he keep his job? And Cruising with Wills must have stuck out of the crowd like a sore thumb because there are no accessible cabins in the Haven. Yeah, exactly. I mean, there was nowhere they could stay in the Haven even if they wanted to, because the Haven is not able to handle people who need accessibility like that. Tom Henry, amen. Seakeeper, rich daddy stockholder. Yeah, what you wonder. Seakeeper, you never expect to meet the owner of the ship working on the ship when you cruise. God help us if he's the head guy. Gayleen Davidson, hi Bruce, hot. Only traveled on HA Holland America and best service. There you go, Gayleen. You know what I'm talking about when I talk about Holland America. I had a fantastic experience with Holland America. I would not hesitate anyone go on a cruise with Holland America. I don't care if you're young, or middle-aged, you're elderly. You want service. You want to be treated right. Go on Holland America. I had a good time on there. I've always heard good things about Holland America. Seakeeper, I have to think someone pretty powerful is protecting this idiot. I agree with you, Seakeeper. I'm stumped. How no one has ever mentioned this guy to others. The way that the Cruising with Wheels talked about this guy, they were saying that when they were in the freight elevator going up, with Silo was with him. They were going, and he had this attitude. And after he left, they looked at the gal who was sort of like the number 2 in the department, the hotel department, and she just rolled her eyes and kind of went, "Oh yeah." And it's kind of like, Like, there's nothing I can do about this guy. Because he's above her, I guess. I don't get it. I don't know how the team tolerate this guy. When there's someone that sticks out like that, the rest of the team make life so miserable that this guy wishes to get off the ship. I don't get it. This is really a mystery to me. Brittany Lockwood is here. Hi, Bruce. Hi, Brittany. How you doing? Welcome back today from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I believe you are located in. Robert Brandt, I'm betting someone is out of a job. Boy, Robert, I hope you're right. I really want to pound that bet with you. Tom Henry, I'm curious, if Adrian gets all the new ships, what was he doing on the Epic before the Bliss? Epic is 6 years old. Ship 6 years old. Yeah. Was he maybe on a ship in between the Epic and this one? I don't know either. Tom, good question there, buddy. I know they mentioned that that they had heard about this guy, that he is so high up and so ta-da that every time Norwegian launches a new ship, he's the maitre d' or the head guy, head concierge guy for the haven, automatically, the haven of the new ship. I really? Norwegian, have you not learned anything? What's wrong with you guys? Emmanuel is here. Saboni, hi, Bruce, everyone. It's been raining 21 degrees Celsius here. Welcome back, Emmanuel, to the show. Nice to have you here. Debbie Emmanuel, thinking Cruising with Wheels videos on the Nazi will force company to make some changes. Every person that we came into contact with on the Bliss were overly friendly, even room stewards that were not ours. And that, to me, is a typical response. What Debbie just had right there is exactly the experience I've had on every cruise I've been on. I've run into very, very polite staff, whether they're your attendants or not. They're very professional. They're well-meaning. They greet you every day. You say hi to them, they say hi to you. I met Norwegian staff, Norwegian Epic staff at the Miami International Airport. Sorry, not even the Miami International. I take that back. It was London Heathrow. London Heathrow Airport. My wife and I were getting ready to get on a British Airways flight to Miami from London. And in the waiting area, because we're flying economy, here are three gentlemen that I could tell they are of a Filipino look. And I could also figure out, they're in the cruise business because they had Norwegian baggage. It isn't just skin up here, there's a lot under there. The wheels are turning. I figured out these guys work on the Norwegian cruise ship. Well, sure enough, they're on the Epic, and they were heading back for another contract. And they had just finished the holiday time, and now they were being flown to Miami. They were going to be on the ship with us. They were going to be working. We're going to be enjoying. And we had a lovely chat with those guys. Good 40-minute chat, and they couldn't have been more polite, more professional, more open to ask me anything you want to know about my job and what I do. And I asked them about how happy are you with Norwegian? You like the company? They loved the company. They were, by the way, cheers everybody. Traveling with Bruce coffee mug, caffeine-free Diet Coke. That's all that is. Cheers. I asked them how long had you been with the company, and two of them had been with the company for over 10 years. And the third guy was the rookie, was his 6th year. He was the kid. And they loved it. They absolutely loved their jobs. Their parents had done this work. Their parents had done this kind of work decades ago. And so they were just moving on. Now, whether it may not have been with Norwegian, but they were certainly in the trade, as it were. And these three guys were quite happy with their jobs and the opportunity to move up the ranks. They had all moved up from junior positions when they first started. These two gentlemen that were 12, 14 years in, they were moving into management. They were already into some management positions. They were going higher. They're going to be there for the rest of their lives, their working lives. They saw no need to do anything else for a living. They were quite happy with how they were being looked after and how they were moving up the ranks within the Norwegian family. So it was a wonderful, wonderful experience to meet them. Like I said, you meet staff generally on a cruise ship. They're wonderful people. Tom Henry, yes. Debbie, that's what I've always experienced. Same thing, Thomas. Tom and his wife, same thing. They get looked after royally. Debbie, such rude treatment cannot be tolerated. Man was not just having a bad day. He is a nasty person and should be working where he has no contact with the public. I think the guy should be in the incinerator room down there, hanging out down and burning the garbage. I couldn't believe this. Tom Henry, I just hope he does not get to the Encore when the Cruising with Wheels group tour happens in January 2020. Yeah, you got to wonder. Carla Miller is here. Carla Miller, hi Bruce. I watched the Haven video too. That Adrian guy was awful. I've never had an experience like that. Carla, I was shocked. I mean, I looked at the video. I got to admit, I'm like most of you out there. When you find a video that you want to watch or you're curious about, the first thing I look at is the title and then the thumbnail, and then I look at how long it is. Now, in my case, the reason I look at how long is a video before I watch a video is I'm kind of busy. In the middle of, I've got 350 videos on my channel, and I babysit them all the time, and I'm always on top of my analytics, and I've got my Facebook group page for Traveling with Bruce. For those of you who don't know, there's a Traveling with Bruce group page called Traveling with Bruce on Facebook. Come on over. I got my Twitter account. I got my Instagram. I got stuff to do. And the show, I got this show to do today and my trivia show tonight at 8 o'clock. If you're around at 8 o'clock tonight Eastern time, I've got trivia tonight. Soup Nazi trivia, by the way, tonight. Soup Nazi trivia is in the show tonight. And so I looked at this video. It's 53 minutes long. And I'm going, oh, my God, 53 minutes long. But my viewers were talking about this video yesterday on my live show. I thought, well, I got to watch at least the first 10 minutes and see, what's going on. Like so I'm watching, I'm listening, and my jaw is here, and I'm lifting my jaw every 5 minutes. I couldn't believe I couldn't believe it. It was incredible. So then I watched some of the live stream behind it, and I'm looking at my time going, oh my God, I'm not wasting, but I'm spending a lot of time watching this. But I'm glad I did. It was unbelievable. Carla, it's incredible. I could not believe it. Debbie Manuel, sorry, so meant CWW early. It's okay, Debbie. We know what you mean. Debbie, yes, have fun. Jim Thomas is here. Hey, Jimbo, how you doing, buddy? Clifford's here. Brittany Lockwood. I never had a bad experience, especially since I did a Disney cruise. Oh, Brittany, you'd be treated like royalty there. I can't imagine Disney. I couldn't imagine an employee in any Disney capacity anywhere being like this guy once. Oh, maybe once, but not a second time. No, I'm stumped. How this guy has a position so high up in the Norwegian group, the family, is beyond me. I don't know how how did he get there? That can't. There's something not right. Paul Wilgus, Tom Henry, that would be a good place for him. Debbie Manuel, or cleaning barnacles off the bottom of the boat. Just do not mess up with. Just don't mess up the lovely paint job on the hull. They wouldn't give him that job. I wouldn't give him that job. I wouldn't trust him. Exactly, Debbie. You got it. Jim Thomas, hello. All temp is hot. Would look at temp, but just makes it worse. It's too hot for Jim to even bother looking at it. We're all laughing. Tom Henry, Peter, thank you. Peter just sent me a donation on PayPal. Thank you, Peter, so much. Peter Heckham is in the house. Tom Henry, I was disappointed. Cruising with Wheels has not received a response from Andy or a designate yet. I passed the issue on to my my PCC yesterday. Tom, good point. I am stumped. Why hasn't their key public relations person contacted them? Does she not know? I was really surprised. Philios, Peter. Hi, Philios. How you doing, buddy? Peter, I got ravaged by bed bugs in a hostel in Swaziland once. Man, they're awful, but not everyone reacts to them. It's easy for some people to be carriers and not know about it. Interesting. Thanks, Philios, for that comment. Wendy Thompson, hi, everyone. 88 is the temperature. We're on the road in the Panhandle. On 10 West, we saw the USS Alabama right on. They're headed for Ocala, moving to Florida. Wendy, fantastic. Tom Henry, we had a cabin crawl. We had a cabin crawl that visited the Stars Garden Villa Top Deck Suite. The butler treated us all well, even if we were low-level dregs. That's their shtick. That's why they're butlers. That's why they become butlers at that level, because it doesn't matter whether you're an inside passenger on deck 4 or whether you're the owner's suite renter on deck 15. You are gold. You're a client of the line, of the cruise line, and you're equals. I treat people, their thinking is I treat people the same, whether they're the executive or the low level. And generally with staff, they treat staff royally as well. That's how they get elevated to these high levels. This is the kind of person a cruise line, a 5-star, 6-star hotel wants at the top level. That's exactly who you want up there to show the rest of the staff this is how it's done. This is how it's done. This is how you treat people. You ever get your chance to get a job like this? This is how you're expected to work. I agree. Tom, good point. Tracy Dunlop, hi everyone. Wouldn't be chatting, but listening in my car. Hi Tracy, how you doing? Juan, JG is back in October. I'm taking me and my wife on a cruise from Vancouver to Los Angeles. Any recommendations? Oh, Juan, that'll be nice. Vancouver, LA, probably a repositioning cruise. You might be on what is this, Princess, or I'm not sure who you're on, but enjoy and explore the ship the first chance you get. Once you get on there, make sure you when you get on board the ship that you and your wife have with you a carry-on. Whether it's got wheels or not doesn't matter, but maybe you should have wheels on your carry-on. And in that carry-on, you've got all your valuables, you've got all your medications if you have any, didn't need any. You've got enough clothing for the first full day. You got all your bathroom stuff. And head to your room. Get on the ship, head to your room, find it, and put all your valuables in the vault in your room. That'll be an electronic vault in the closet area, I would imagine. And leave that behind. Put your bathroom stuff in the bathroom, and then get out there and walk that ship. Check it out. Get a tour of the spa area. See what that's all about. And make reservations if you need to for a specialty dining. At the various specialty dining restaurants. Find out where they are in relation to where your cabin is. And then if you're hungry, you got a couple options. You can always go to the buffet, but keep this in mind, my friend. The first day on a cruise, everybody goes to the buffet for their first meal. Don't do that. Head for the main dining room, and they'll sit you down for lunch, and they'll serve you. And you won't have to worry about running around with all these people. You'll be in a much quieter ambiance. You'll be well looked after. You'll have a lovely lunch to start your cruise and explore the ship from there. There's a good bunch of suggestions to get you started. Vilios, 18 Celsius and 100 and at 10:20 p.m. here. Really need rain. Vilios, where are you? Where are you watching us from? Robert Brandt saying hi. Tracy Iskew's here. Hey, Bruce, it's Iskew in Thunder Bay, Ontario. It's plus 19 Celsius. Welcome, my friend. Sunny, been great here most of the summer. How's everybody doing? We're doing great, my friend. Glad you're here. Paul goes, I had a bad experience with a maitre d' at Taste on the Getaway. I went to make a reservation for dinner, and she snapped at me that they only made reservations for parties of 6 or more. Very rude. That's surprising, Paul. Very surprising that they would do that. I don't know why she would do that, but bad day or whatever. But surprising. That's not common. Tom Henry in Mobile, Alabama. When I toured that ship years ago, and came home to find out I had a bowling teammate that served on the ship. How about that? Wendy Thompson, we went to go back and go on board. Brother-in-law was on the Missouri for the last tour. Fantastic. Philios, only been on P&O and MSC, always been impressed by the friendly, helpful staff. Philios, you're singing what I'm singing. That's what it should be. Silo is here. Silo, Steve. Afternoon. Seattle is 82 for the high, 60 for the low, and it's hot. Sitting at 102 days to go to the Haven on the Bliss, and only 551 on the Haven to the Encore. Silos, Dave, you were on the ship with Cruising with Wheels. Oh my God, I can't believe it. That episode on the elevator, that had to have been a shocker for you. How that maitre d', how that concierge guy treated you. I am stumped. Vince is here. Vince Russo. Hey, Vince, saying hello. Hi, Vince. Welcoming to you to the show. I'm a proud Nancy. Sam. Iskew Park, bring a can of Raid spray and to give the corners and the bedding and under the bed areas a fast spray when you first walk in before unpacking. There's an idea. Philios, 292 days until my second cruise on the seaside. I'm not afraid to go back because I know what to expect. Right on. Tom Henry, did Robert count the magic guest personally? Emmanuel, does anyone have any recommendations for a luxurious yet affordable cruise for honeymooners? Emmanuel, I would look for something like Celebrity, All in America. Those would be two of my recommendations for good value. Shop around for deals, depending on where you want to be on a cruise. If you want to go a little higher than that, Viking Ocean Cruises, you'll be pretty impressed with those guys. They'll take good care of you. It's just a question of where can you start your cruise from? Where do you want to be? Go to vacations2go.com. That's the website I like to use to find cruise deals. I'd head there and check it out. Let's see. Richard C. is saying the Amazon dogs kept me off the site. I don't know what that means. Tom Henry, repositioning cruise are the best deal. I would suggest a Panama Canal cruise, my favorite. That's also a good idea. A repositioning cruise. It's a one-way cruise. You're going maybe from Europe to Miami, to say Florida. 15-day cruise that might start in Rome, end in Miami or Fort Lauderdale. That's a great way to go for a honeymoon. Or the other way around, you get a cruise from the USA to Europe, another nice one. Or Miami through the Panama Canal up to Alaska, up to Seattle. Nice repositioning cruise. You might find some good deals there too. Let's see here. Robert Brandt saying, Tom Henry, yes, I had a drink with each of them, laughing out loud. JG first. It's the first time I'm here that I'm live, and I appreciate you hearing one. Glad you're here. Philios, I tried the Amazon link before, and it took me off the site to the phone app. I don't think it worked. Pity, because I bought a whole bunch of good golf stuff and very expensive, very expensive drive-away awning. Like I say, Philios, I don't know how it works. Like I said, people go to my link and then they get in there, and sometimes it's successful, sometimes it isn't. I just cross my fingers and hope it works out. There's nothing I can do to control it. Nina Frank, hi everyone from Sweden. Today's high is 28 Celsius. Nina, welcome back. We're talking about soup Nazis on cruise ships. And tonight on my trivia show at 8 o'clock tonight, soup Nazi trivia. We've got some Seinfeld trivia tonight. Hope you can come by. Tom Henry, 256 days till my Bliss Panama Canal cruise. I need Seakeeper's Trollhammer to get Adrian. Yeah, the concierge on the Bliss. Oh my goodness. Welcome one from Tom Henry. Tom Henry, we need our official greeter for our new friends. Where is Miss Ann? I don't know. I don't know where she is. Debbie, Emmanuel, hope Adrian would have moved on before you guys do the Bliss through the Panama Canal, Thomas. I hear you, Debbie. Sylvia's here. Hello from Greensboro, North Carolina, 83 and cloudy. I will be on the Encore with Cruising with Wheels in January. What is the motion like on the 10th floor in the studio cabins? Sylvia wants to know. I'm sure with the stabilizers, you are going to be just fine. Silo Steve, I was actually testing Adrian in the elevator to check out his attitude in the Haven on the Bliss, October 27th. Going to wear a Cruising with Wheels shirt just to in case he's still there. Well done, Silo. Yeah, you get this guy. Report that guy. He treats you wrong. Go after this guy. Any report this guy gets that's negative has got to help the cause to get rid of him. Unbelievable. Tom Henry, Robert Brandt, did you serve the good stuff or the watered down fake stuff supplied by MG? Laughing out loud. Oh, man. Tom, you're stirring up some hornets there. Salo Steve, hey, Miss Debbie. Tom Henry, Salo needs a troll hammer fast. Robert Brandt, Tom Henry, I only have the good stuff, regardless of what MG says. I only got only the best. I'm sure he does. Seakeeper, we met an airline counter Nazi at Leonardo da Vinci Airport in Rome. I almost jumped the counter to strangle him. My wife restrained me, and someone else finished checking us in for our flight to Miami. Oh, man. What does this guy do? I can't believe that's crazy. What's with these airlines? These are public service people in the public. I don't get it. I got to tell you, speaking of, being in the public and firms hiring the right people for the right position, I love In-N-Out Burger down in the U.S. I don't know if any of you know this chain or not. It's a burger chain, predominantly in the western part of the United States, Southwest, I would say. If you're from California, you know all about In-N-Out Burger. If you're in Arizona, you know about them. If you're in Utah, you know about them. Vegas, you know about them. In-N-Out Burger is a burger joint where you come in and you see a board on the above the cash register there, and they have maybe 20 selections. They do have a secret menu. You can always order some stuff on the side in certain ways. But what I want to tell you is I have been to, 30 different In-N-Out Burger locations, maybe 50 in my lifetime, because I love them burgers. And I got to tell you, the staff at the In-N-Out Burger, I don't know what they do at corporate level, but somewhere, some time ago, a person was in charge of hiring practices for In-N-Out Burger. Whether you're a potato peeler, whether you're the French fry maker, whether you're cooking the burgers, taking the orders, handling the drive-through, as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that if you have a job at the In-N-Out Burger entity, you can do any job. You can do any of the jobs in that place because they train you in every different department all the way along the line. There are people who will work the cash register and then they're out in the parking lot sweeping up, used up French fries. Then they're back, back inside and they're getting all washed up and then they're peeling potatoes and they're making fries and handling the drive-through. I mean, they're doing it all. But the staff that they have at In-N-Out Burger would be the perfect staff to have on cruise ships. The perfect mentality and mindset and professional attitude, can-do attitude. We can take care of anything. Nothing phases these guys. They're fantastic people, and they're like university-age kids, high school, university age, college age. Wonderful staff. I can tell you, in downtown LA, in Phoenix, in Salt Lake City, in Palm Desert, California. I don't care where you go. They're the same. They're interchangeable people with their interchangeable mindset. They are the most professional group of kids. I would highly recommend it. I tell you, if I were in a human resources department for a corporation and we're hiring, for positions, and I'm looking at the resumes of these applicants, and I see a resume in there with the information that this applicant had been in their teenage years or their early 20s. They worked at an In-N-Out Burger. You're getting an interview. You're getting an interview because I know what that person's all about. Right now, I know exactly the temperament and the kind of personality this person has. I want this kind of person in my corporation. If it came down to 2 or 3 people who were vying for one position, and it was a tie between everybody, but one of them had worked at In-N-Out Burger, I'm hiring that one. I'm telling you right now, that's what you need on cruise ships. The right people in the right place. Seakeeper, I can't believe that you were even exposed to crap like that at a service counter, but it does happen. Debbie Manuel, hi Silo, hope your back is feeling better. Tom Henry, perfect. At Robert Brent. Robert, hammer the thumbs down. What do we got on thumbs ups, thumbs down? We got 1 down, 20 up. Well, we got 20 thumbs ups. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody, and thank you for watching my show today. I'm glad you're here. Hope my single's coming through okay for everybody. Let's see here. Ann Jordan, good morning, all. It's 25 in Brisbane. Ann, where have you been? It's 49 minutes into the show. Where are you? You're here in Brisbane. I'm glad you're back with us. How has Adrian still got this job and still no answer for Cruising with Wheels? I don't get it. Yeah, I tell you. JG, thanks, Bruce. My cruise, Ruby Princess, only 5 days, but we need to relax. Been on Ruby Princess. You'll like the ship. It's a great ship. Beautiful, big ship. Lots to see on the Ruby. Absolutely. Check out the spa for sure. Let's see. Peter Heckema, Emmanuel, Debbie, if you are looking for a high-end cruise, try. Emmanuel. Peter is saying, Emmanuel, if you're looking for a high-end cruise, try Crystal Cruises, 5-star all the way. Very nice for a honeymoon cruise. Absolutely, depending on your budget. Nina Frank, what's the deal with this Adrian guy? Nina, you got to check out Cruising with Wheels. Tales of the High Seas. He ran into a soup Nazi in the Haven. Couldn't believe it. Seakeeper Tom Henry, please, no Adrian debris on my big, fat stainless steel whack-a-troll sledgehammer. I mean, I'll whack the guy, but I don't want any entrails hanging off my hammer here. Want to keep it nice and clean. Tom's loving that. Debbie saying hi to Ann. Everyone's saying hi. Dan and saying hi to everybody else. Well, that was my first story of the day, was this video on this guy, Adrian. What is with this guy? I don't get it. How a cruise line has anyone like that at that level on board a ship is beyond me. That is a shock to the system. I do not know how this gentleman is there. Period. In any form whatsoever. Period. I do not get it. We'll have to keep an eye open, keep our ears open to see if any more developments come out of that story. It's crazy. Like I say, I've not run into that on a cruise ship personally. I've had instances where I've been at airports and flights are delayed, mechanical problems, and there are people under tremendous stress, and the poor the poor ticket taker, the poor counter person is just up to here in the nightmare. My attitude has always been, as a passenger, I feel for you. I'm a friend. I'm not an enemy. If you can help me, I appreciate you helping me. I can't be mad at an airline because of mechanical problems. What are you going to do? And if Mother Nature has a blizzard going on out there and their runway is shut down, I can't get mad at the ticket agent for the fact that the airport shut the runway down because there's snow on it. It kind of makes sense to me, but I guess there are times where, we run into these issues and it can be bad. I've had my frustrations in my life. I will certainly admit to that. But I try to keep it down. But sometimes easier said than done, right? What are you going to do? Couple of pieces of news. Debbie Manuel, I was thinking of you today. Silo, I'm thinking of you. You're going on the Bliss. Debbie just got off the Bliss. Silo, you've already been on the Bliss once. You're going on the Norwegian Bliss again. They just came out with a press release today that they have they modified pricing for the go-karts. Okay, let's not say upped it. First of all, we all know, I don't know if all of you know this, but when the Bliss was originally launched a couple months back, you could take a go-kart ride on the 1,000-foot long double-decker electric go-kart. Was up like $8, $7.95 or something like that. Got you several laps on the go-kart track. Then Debbie announced to us that they raised the price to $9.95, probably just before she got on the ship. And they then have come out with apparently it's a daily unlimited pass. You can buy a daily unlimited pass to ride the go-kart as often as you like for $29.95 for the day. So 3 rides or more, you're ahead of that daily deal for $29.95. So if you got kids and you got those kids who want to ride that ride like crazy, you tell them, I'm going to leave you here for 5 hours, 3 hours, whatever it is. And you got to ride this ride at least 3 times or I'm going to take it on you. Perfect parent. 3 rides or more, you've paid for that pass. 7 rides in one day, way to go. Now they've come out with a weekly deal, a 1-week cruise, $100, $99.95. You can get an all unlimited for the whole cruise go-kart pass for $100 for the week. 10 rides in 7 cruise days. Embarkation day and debarkation day might be a bit tricky, but those 5 days in the middle, get 2 in a day or more, and at least you've broken even on your all-you-can-ride unlimited electric go-kart pass. Debbie, I have a question for you. Silo, I got a question for you. You were on the cruise, on the ship already, the Bliss. When it rains, is the ride open or is it closed? Because I know if you're going up to Alaska, it's not always sunny up in Alaska. What are the conditions like of that ride? Do they shut it down when it's too foggy or when it's too slick, or is it when it's raining? I can't imagine they let you ride the ride. And if you got this unlimited pass, you got to be wondering, am I going to get my money's worth out of this deal? I got to wonder. Anyway, anybody can tell me that. I'd love to know the answer to that question. Everyone's saying hi to everybody. Salo, I have yet to book a cruise for 2019. Thinking of Bonaire for 10 days. Richard C is saying hi. And Silo, the go-karts, people had reservations but had to wait 2 hours past their time to race. It was a mess. Wow, unbelievable. Seakeeper, got to go. Dinner bell ringing. I see you all at trivia tonight. Good show, and thanks. See you, Seakeeper. We'll see you tonight. And Jordan, hey, Richards, Peter, Robert saying hi. Silo, if it rains hard, they close it. Light rain, okay. Laser tag, rain, they closed it right there. They shut it right down. So there you go. You got a $100 unlimited pass on the ride, and you got rain, and you've got a reservation time. You're still waiting in line to get on that thing. I don't know how you can't just stay on the cart. You got to get off and get into I know they have a special line. They have a special reservation line for pass holders, but I'm thinking you still have to wait one or two rides to get on. And if there's 200 people waiting for their rides and they're an hour or two behind schedule, that's got to be a mess. It's just got to be a nightmare. Let's see here, Tom Henry, and we have some newbies for you to greet as our official greeter. That's right. Tom, you got it. And we've got a few folks here you have to look through the chat and say hi to them. Peter Heckham, bye, Bruce. See you tonight for trivia. Thanks, Peter, and thanks for your contribution today on my PayPal account. Thank you very much, as usual. And Jordan, hey, Silo Steve, I hope Adrian is not on your ship, the Encore, with the CNC Cruising with Wheels on the Encore in the Haven. She's hoping for the best there. Yeah, we'll find out, right? Tom Henry, bye, Peter. Other news today that I had was announcement was made by Royal Caribbean, the Celebrity Cruise Line. Celebrities owned by Royal Caribbean. They came out today with news on Celebrity Cruises. All Celebrity Cruises are going in for a refurbishment, $500 million budget to refurbish all the Celebrity Cruises. This really isn't a new news announcement. Every cruise line refurbishes all their cruise ships every 3 to 5 years. This is industry standard. This is normal, nothing unusual. It's just a matter of how much do you refurbish a ship. That's the story. Now, in the case of Celebrity, they're saying $500 million. I did the math and found out that they have about 9 or 10 ships that will be in this refurbishment program. The other ships that they have are too new to be refurbished like these. So they're taking their oldest ships, some of which are 20 years old, and they're going to make some major upgrades. Well, it makes sense because they need to change out their lock system. These older 20-year-old ships, they have the old style hotel type doors where you put the key in and swipe it out and then the door opens, and they're falling apart. The new systems are out now, new locking systems with either bands or the key card system. There are ships now that are becoming so segregated, and the Bliss is one of them. The MSC Seaside is another one. I'm sure the Horizon is like this. These new cruise ships being launched at sea now are so sophisticated, so complicated that if you don't know, like you have an inside room on deck 6, you are restricted to certain areas of the ship. Well, your key card will let you go where you go. Same with your band, if you have a band on your wrist. So if you get to a door that doesn't work, you can't go there. Well, what's behind that door is probably the penthouse units, the Haven or the Yacht Club for MSC, that type of thing. There are certain areas of the ship you're not allowed to go, perhaps certain observation decks you can't go to, certain restaurants and bars you can't get up to. It's restricted to higher end paying passengers. Well, the celebrity people, they want to refurbish their cruise ship so that the new ship, the Edge, is just as well segregated as the original 20-year-old vessels that they're running. And so they've got to refurbish them. That's one thing they got to do. Second thing they got to do, and they're going to do, is they're going to refurbish some of these older ships. What they are saying is, inside the cabins themselves, down to the steel. Now, a typical 3-year refurbishment means they're going to take out the mattress and put in a new mattress. They're going to take out the bed frame, maybe put in a new bed frame. They may take out the furniture in the room and put in new furniture, or they're going to bolt in new counter space and storage units. But in this case, they're taking everything out, the flooring out, the wallpapering out, the covering, all of it out, and the bathrooms out, everything to the steel, down to the pipes. And they're going to put in new bathrooms, new everything, new furniture, new closets, there'll be a new vault for storing your stuff. I mean, they're doing a major renovation on these ships. Now, that's 50 million, 60 million per vessel. That means new televisions, of course, flat screen TVs. Will they be 42 inches on the wall? Don't know. But if they're going down to the steel, they can put new wiring in. So they'll put the new wiring in for the cabins, more plugs, perhaps, more outlets, power outlets, because 20-year-old cruise ships, they don't have enough. It'll be interesting to see how this all works out. There'll be new flooring, of course, new lighting, everything. Big deal. The Wi-Fi is being completely upgraded. The new cruise ship today, if you're on the Bliss, you'll find that if you bought the Bliss Wi-Fi package, you got pretty fast Wi-Fi. If you're on a 20-year-old cruise ship that Norwegian runs or a Celebrity runs, you're talking antiquated Wi-Fi. You certainly haven't got wireless. You got to go to the computer room to use the desktops to send an email or to check your email. Well, the new cruise ships have wireless Wi-Fi everywhere, and it works rather well. That's what's happening with Celebrity. The new Symphony of the Seas cruise ship that was just launched by Royal Caribbean, excellent, top-notch Wi-Fi, wireless Wi-Fi everywhere. They're going to put that on the Celebrity line, and that's part of this $500 million budget to freshen up Celebrity, because Celebrity has been lagging lately with regard to upgrades. They haven't been launching new ships lately. It's been 6-7 years since the Solstice class ships came out. The Edge is the first new ship in 6 or 7 years. So the rest of the line being refurbished is not a surprise. They have to do it because they can't build fast enough. There's such a backlog at all the shipbuilding locations in the world that you want a new cruise ship for your cruise line, 4 or 5 year wait before you get one. And so Celebrity's got to refurbish what they have before they can replace the oldest ships with newer ships. And I'm thinking that's 10 to 12 years out. And that's why 20-year-old Celebrity ships will be 30-year-old Celebrity ships when they are dropped by Celebrity and dropped into another line, maybe the Pullman Tour line. Maybe they'll be sold off to somebody else in a third, a second level. And Celebrity will be bringing in the new ships to replace the old ones. But right now, $500 million to freshen up the line is what they're going to need. All right, and Jordan, I hope Adrian isn't on your cruise. Debbie Manuel, oh shoot, I don't know that answer about go-karts. Only had 1 day of rain on the way back to Canada. Did not check it out. It's okay, Debbie. We got the answer. Silo, I will say this about the Bliss. The only thing built for Alaska were the observation lounges. Everything else was built for the sunshine. I'm with you, Silo. I believe it. I believe it. You're right on it. Because, frankly, look at a calendar year of the Bliss. They're going to spend, 3 months in Alaska, maybe 4 months. That's it. The rest of the year, down to the Caribbean and in the warm weather, and then maybe over to Europe. And Jordan, Debbie Manuel, did you run into Adrian on the Bliss when you were there? Debbie, although I do know they were completely closed when I got into Canada, like most onboard shops, but the crew were still riding them. So sure was just to check them out, laugh out loud. So the crew was able to ride them while the passengers were not. Tom Henry, you would think a retractable roof over the pool would make it Alaska friendly. Good point. Debbie Manuel, oh, Silo, I so agree. Those lounge chairs next to windows, so cozy that we just melted into them. Love that area. That is a great area. Debbie also said, and lucky me, no Adrian. Good for you, Debbie. Silo, yep, Tom, they have it for the Haven. Should have done it for the main pool. It would probably end up as the largest retractable roof at sea, but they didn't do it. And I've got someone here saying, so hello for my bad English. Sorry for my bad English. Hello there. And Jordan, welcome Juan. Welcome JG. Tom Henry, hi. Do you have an English nickname? Do I have an English? Yeah, he's looking at the individual just above there with the spelling that we cannot make out. We're curious to know. Anyway, there you have it. Yeah, soup Nazi on a cruise ship. That I can't imagine that. Can you imagine that in a buffet? Can you imagine going on a cruise ship buffet and you having to deal with someone like the soup Nazi, where they serve you and you salute, put your tray out, hope for an allocation on your plate that it's just what you wanted, and don't complain because they'll yell at you. Oh, can you imagine? That wouldn't happen. That is on a comedy television show. That's the only place you're going to see that. But I guess we had our, I guess the Bliss has themselves a little character up in the Haven. I gotta wonder how many folks up there who've been in the Haven, have they run into this guy? Have they run into this attitude from this guy? Have they witnessed this kind of behavior before or since? I don't understand it. I don't know how that guy has a job 1 second after doing that. To our friends at Cruising with Wheels. The gentleman says, "I don't have an English nickname. I'm a Russian." Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. I hope you can understand us. And welcome to Traveling with Bruce. We love talking about cruise ships. Anyway, there you go. What a deal. Now, tonight on trivia, I'm on at 8 o'clock again. That's in less than 2 hours. I will be on. I've got some trivia about potatoes. I got trivia about vodka. I got trivia about soup Nazi. I've got trivia about Seinfeld, and I've got some television trivia tonight too. I got a mix mash of stuff tonight. Looking forward to dropping that stuff on you. I'm sure we'll have some fun. I hope you can come by tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. In the meantime, thank you for all of you for supporting this channel. Thank you for picking up stuff on Amazon. If it works, it works. Thanks for picking up some of this stuff. We had a really good day yesterday on Bruce's show here with this product. A whole bunch of people picked up stuff yesterday. Thank you for making donations to my channel through PayPal. I really appreciate that. And of course, for watching the ads. Thanks for tolerating those. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to wrap this up and get a bite to eat. Get ready for my trivia show tonight. Thank you for the thumbs ups today. I think I've got right now 26 thumbs ups going here. Thank you, everybody, for that. I really do appreciate it. Hope my signal came out okay today. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at 8 o'clock Eastern for my trivia show tonight. This is Bruce with Traveling with Bruce, saying thank you all for coming by today and sharing your thoughts. I'm looking forward to seeing you at 8 o'clock. And in the meantime, have a good one. See you next time. And take care for now. Bye, everybody. We'll see you. There we go.